Chemical corrosion properties of material. Introduction. Deteriorative mechanisms are found to be different for three different types of material. We have studied that materials are of three different types: metal, ceramic, and polymer. And all materials their aging, all material deteriorate, that they become damaged, they become broken, and the deteriorative mechanism is different for these different three types of material. For example, metal. In metal, corrosion takes place, and in corrosion there is actual material loss. Material is lost by corrosion, by dissolution or by formation of non-metallic scale or film oxidation. Corrosion can also take place in oxidation. Takes place. What is oxidation? The formation of non-metallic scale. Metal oxides are formed and they are deposited in the form of scale on the metal surface, and in this way the metal is deteriorated. Ceramic materials. Ceramic material like glass, which the materials which are easily broken. Ceramic materials are found to be relatively resistant to deterioration, but their deterioration will not take place at low temperature or at room temperature. Their deterioration will take place at elevated temperature. At high temperature, ceramic materials are deteriorated or in rather extreme environments. The process is frequently referred to as corrosion. So, ceramic material deterioration is called corrosion. Metal deterioration is also called corrosion. But in case of polymers, deterioration also takes place. Mechanism and consequences uh, and usually referred to as degradation. In polymers, the mechanism of deterioration is different. The consequences of deterioration are different as compared to metal, as compared to ceramics. So, the deterioration of polymers is called degradation of polymers. Polymer may dissolve when exposed to liquid solvent, or they may absorb the solvent and swell. And polymer may dissolve in the solvent, polymer may absorb the solvent and swell up. When electromagnetic radiation fall on the polymer, especially UV radiation, which are high energy radiation, and when heat falls on the polymers, it may cause alterations in their molecular structure. Molecular structure is changed, polymers are degraded. For example, when plastic materials, for example, plastic chair, we put daily plastic chair in the sunlight. In the sunlight, there are ultraviolet radiation, there is heat. A time reaches when the polymer is degraded. It becomes weak and start to break up. The following types of corrosions are significant: direct corrosion, electrochemical corrosion, galvanic corrosion, and high temperature oxidation corrosion. And we will study one by one about these types of corrosion. Corrosion resistant materials. Structured materials which we use in aggressive media, for example, the material which are using in industries, in making boilers, in making other parts. These materials are used in aggressive media where there are more chances of corrosion. So the material which are made for such type of application, they must possess high corrosion resistance. And corrosion is defined as a destructive and unintentional attack of a metal. It is electrochemical and ordinarily begins at the surface. Corrosion first begins at the surface. Example is rusting of automotive body panels and radiator and exhaust components, because they are subjected to aggressive media. Corrosion-resistant metals and alloys are those which can withstand the corrosive action of medium. So, corrosion-resistant metals, these are those metals which do not corrode easily. These are stable in aggressive environments. So these type of materials are called corrosion-resistant materials, and we can make the material corrosion-resistant by many methods. Factors that influence corrosion. There are different factors. Internal structure, chemical nature. For example, iron is corroded more easily as compared to steel, because steel is an alloy, and in steel chromium is present. So steel is corrosion resistant as compared to iron. So chemical nature influence the corrosion, and internal structure also influence the chemical corrosion. Certain types of structures are easily corroded and other types of structure are not easily corroded. Environment or working conditions. For example, if the material is under stresses, it will be more easily corroded. If it is at high temperature and the concentration of the chemicals which we are putting on it is high, it can be easily corroded. Surface film. On the surface, if a film may be formed of water, so this water film enhance the corrosion if on the surface water film is formed. Presence of dirt, dust, or any foreign matter, if on the surface of metals it is not clean, it is dirty, dusty, or other foreign material present on the surface, it can be easily corroded. Distribution of secondary phases. So secondary phases are the reinforcement. If we are making a composite, in the composite the secondary force is reinforcement. So reinforcement distribution also influence corrosion. Some type of reinforcement decrease corrosion, and some type of reinforcement may increase corrosion rate. Blowhole, it is related to the structure. If in the material structure is like this, it has holes in it, inclusions in it, and the gases will be trapped in these holes and inclusions, and the material will be easily corroded. Eddy electric currents, we will study in the later slides about this type of current which is produced during corrosion process. Nature of engineering application, for example, as a material is made for such type of application which is under a very aggressive condition, so it will be more easily corroded. A type of corrosion is electrochemical corrosion. Electrochemical corrosion develop in liquid electrolytes, for example, moist atmosphere and soil, salt and fresh water, aqueous solution of salt, alkalis and acid. When all these things are in contact with the metal surface, a type of corrosion, electrochemical corrosion, can take place. Electrochemical corrosion is described by presence of an electric current and dissolution of the metal due to its electrochemical interaction with the electrolyte. So one thing, electric current is produced in electrochemical corrosion, and metal dissolves due to its electrochemical interaction with the electrolyte. Metal is oxidized in this electrochemical corrosion, and formation of microgalvanic corrosion cell. This is microgalvanic corrosion cell. So in some points of the surface which are called anodes, there occur reaction of the type 1 and other portion called the cathode of the type 2 and 3. And these type of reaction 1, 2 and 3 are given on the next slide. But before going to the next slide, we will discuss this diagram. This is metal. And here is a electrolyte which is in contact with the metal. Electrolyte may come from moist atmosphere, soil, salt, and freshwater aqueous solution of salt, alkalis, and acids. These type of electrolytes may be present. So at anode, this is one surface, one part of the metal acts as anode, and other part of the metal acts as cathode. So this part of the metal acts as anode. So what happened at the anode? Here is a metal. Metal is oxidized at the anode, and electrons are generated at the electrode. From the anode, the electron go towards the cathode, and this portion is cathode. At cathode, reduction takes place. Oxygen plus water plus 4 electron. This gain of electron is called reduction, and 4 hydroxide ions are formed. Metal combine with hydroxide and form metal hydroxide compound, and in this way metal is corroded. So here is again the diagram. So here is reaction. Metal plus an electron. The charge of metal is equal to number of electron lost. This loss of electron is called oxidation. And here the reduction may be like this: oxygen and water gain electron, and reduction may be like reaction number 3, that hydrogen ion gain electron and hydrogen gas is produced, or hydroxide ions are produced. Here Me represent the hypothetical metal. Example in which metal oxidizes are iron, for example iron plus 2. If here is iron, then reaction will of oxidation of iron will be iron plus 2 electrons. If it is aluminum, aluminum corrosion will be, the oxidation of aluminum will be aluminum ion plus 3 electrons. The site in which the oxidation takes place is called anode, and oxidation is sometimes called an anodic reaction. So that upper one portion is anode because here oxidation of metal takes place. This is example of electrochemical corrosion of the zinc. Zinc is oxidized at anode. Zinc plus 2 ion and 2 electrons are generated. This zinc is in contact with acid solution, and acid solution there will be hydrogen ion. So hydrogen ion will gain electron and will be converted into hydrogen gas. So at cathode, hydrogen gas, this is the cathode reaction, and above one is anode reaction. So at the cathode, hydrogen gas will be produced, and at the anode, zinc ions will be produced. And these are the reactions when the metal zinc is in contact with acid solution. Iron corrosion is shown here. Iron plus half oxygen plus water, it gives us iron 2 ions plus hydroxide ion gives us iron hydroxide. This is the overall corrosion reaction of iron metal. And this is the second step when iron hydroxide again reacts with oxygen and water and form iron 3 hydroxide. So first iron 2 hydroxide is formed, and then iron 3 hydroxide is formed in case of iron corrosion. Electrode potential. The potential developed by an electrode when it is in contact with the solution of its ion. Its potential is called electrode potential. The potential developed by an electrode is electrode potential in equilibrium is a when it is in equilibrium with its ion. It is a property of the metal forming the electrode. It means it depends on the nature of the metal. Different metals have different electrode potential. For example, iron will have a different electrode potential. Copper has a different electrode potential. The difference in potential at the electrodes causes the reaction to occur. In the cell, there are two electrodes. So, the two electrodes are made up of two different metals. They will not have the same electrode potential because each metal has different electrode potential. So, one having high electrode potential and second having low electrode potential. Electron will flow from high electrode potential metal towards low electrode potential metal. And by this flow of electron, a reaction will take place at the cathode, oxidation will take place at the anode, reduction will take place due to this difference in electrode potential of the electrode. The electrode potential depends on the nature of the electrolyte and temperature. Electrode potential depends on the nature of electrode first, but it also depends on nature of the electrolyte because if one metal is dipped in different electrolyte, it will show different electrode potential, and also electrode potential is changed by temperature. Here is the reaction. The first one is the reaction of M1, one metal, and the second one is reaction of M2. So first reaction is loss of electron, and loss of electron is called oxidation. And the second one is gain of electron, and gain of electron is called reduction. So for oxidation, we suppose that for this metal, oxidation potential is minus V1 naught because this is oxidation potential because this metal M1 is oxidized. And this metal M2 gain electron and we say that it is reduced. And this V2 naught is the reduction potential of metal M2.
This is the overall reaction. M1 metal is oxidized, M2 metal is reduced. This is from the previous some of the previous two reactions. And the overall potential, we have studied that the oxidation potential was minus V1 and reduction potential was V2. So overall potential of the cell when one metal is anode and the other metal is cathode, the total cell potential will be equal to reduction potential plus oxidation potential. As the oxidation potential has negative value, so here will be minus V1. For the reaction to occur spontaneously, delta V naught must be positive. It's mean if delta V naught is negative, here the sum of these two values mean oxidation potential plus reduction potential is negative, then the reaction will not be spontaneous. The corrosion current must appear as a result of motion of electrons and the motion of ions. So current in this type of corrosion, that is electrochemical corrosion, flow of current take place due to motion of electrons and due to motion of ions. Under the effect of current, reversible electrode potential, this is irreversible. Irreversible electrode potential are established at the anode and cathode. Anode, M1 anode, M2 cathode, these two develop irreversible electrode potential. Compared with the reversible potential, these irreversible potential are less negative. For the anode, mean this anode oxidation potential value will be less negative and the cathode reduction potential value will be less positive in case of irreversible potentials. The difference between the reversible potential and irreversible potential is proportional to the current in a corrosion cell, and it is shown here. The difference between reversible potential of anode is for anode, reversible potential of anode, irreversible potential of anode. The difference between the two is directly proportional to the current I, with PA is proportionality constant. This is the difference for cathode. Reversible potential of cathode minus irreversible potential of cathode is equal to PCI. It is directly proportional to the current. This difference is directly proportional to the current which is produced in this electrochemical cell which is produced during corrosion, and this PA and PC are called, this is anode polarizability and this is cathode polarizability. Some metals have high anode polarizability under particular condition and are called passivating metals. Passivating metals are those metals which form a protective layer on themselves and are not further corroded. And these types of metals have high anode polarizability value. The corrosion current I that appear in a corrosion cell, the current is produced. It is equal to, it can be calculated by this equation. Current determine the rate of corrosion is expressed by the relation reversible potential of cathode minus reversible potential of anode divided by R plus PA plus PC. This is polarizability of anode, polarizability of cathode, and this R is ohmic resistance of the corrosion cell. And this above equation, that is equation 20, this can be used for qualitative estimation, mean for identification of metals, because different metals produce different type of current when they are corroded. And this equation can also be used for finding a particular factor that determines the corrosion resistance of metal. Means we study the corrosion of metals in different conditions like different temperature, different humidity, and by measuring the current we can optimize the conditions that at what temperature the more current is produced, at their temperature there more current is produced, it means there is more corrosion at their temperature. So uh, we can study the effect of certain variable on the rate of corrosion or on the corrosion resistance of metal by this equation. This is another type of corrosion that is called galvanic corrosion or two-metal corrosion. It is called two-metal corrosion because it takes place when two metals come in contact with each other. A reaction takes place when a metal comes in contact with an electrolyte. That is the case of electrochemical corrosion, which we have previously studied. So in electrochemical corrosion, metal in contact with electrolyte, metal is oxidized and it dissolves away and a metal ion come into the electrolyte solution. And very soon an equilibrium is established, or further ionization does not take place, further oxidation does not take place because equilibrium is established between cathode reaction and anode reaction, and the reaction does not proceed further. No further dissolution of ions takes place. Now, if a dissimilar metal forms a second electrode, if two metals are in contact with each other, the dissimilar metal will form the second electrode. There will be similar equilibrium at this electrode also. So the equilibrium which is on the first metal, a same type of equilibrium will be on the second metal. Second metal is also in contact with electrolyte and second metal will be oxidized. Now if the circuit is completed, means two metal ions are in contact with two metals are in contact with each other. So allowing the flow of current, the equilibrium is disturbed. So when two metals are contacted and there is electrical contact between the two metals, the equilibrium of each metal with its ions will be disturbed. For example, here is the case, zinc metal is in contact with copper metal. So when the zinc metal is separate, zinc will be oxidized and form zinc ions, and the copper metal is separate, copper will be oxidized and form copper ion. But when they are in contact with each other, zinc will be oxidized and copper will be reduced because zinc has high oxidation potential value as compared to copper. So zinc will be oxidized and zinc will be anode because oxidation takes place at anode. Zinc will lose electron and copper will gain electron. Copper is cathode. If cupric ions are not available in the electrolyte, the reduction at the cathode may still proceed through other reactions. Hydrogen ion may get reduced, resulting in the evolution of hydrogen at the cathode. If copper ions are not present at the cathode, mean it is the start of the reaction, then hydrogen ion is slightly acidic solution. Hydrogen ion will be gain electron and hydrogen gas will be produced at the cathode. So this is the cell construction. This type of cell is formed when the two metals are in electrical contact with each other. The metal with high oxidation potential will be anode and the metal with less oxidation potential will be cathode, and this type of corrosion is called um, galvanic corrosion or two metal corrosion. Here the zinc will be corroded but copper will not be corroded. Alternative reduction may take place through oxygen and water. If hydrogen ion are also not available, it is not acidic solution. There is availability of oxygen and water, so oxygen and water will gain electron and hydroxide ion will be formed. And zinc will be corroded, copper will not be corroded in this case.